Hello and welcome back. One of the most effective ways to feel better about yourself is to control the way that you think about your ability to respond and react to difficult situations in the future. Now, I've sent you a couple of links to some YouTube videos about the film The Mask of Zorro, and I know that you've watched them, so you'll remember that Zorro is a boy called Alejandro, and you'll know that he was young and he was impetuous and he was absolutely desperate to kill Capitan Love because Capitan Love killed his brother. But then Don Diego comes along and he sees that Alejandro is a broken man and that he is also lost in drunkenness and despair. But Don Diego sees his potential and he takes him under his wing and he promises Alejandro success and triumph, but it will only come with dedication and time. Diego has a hidden cave, and it's here that he takes Alejandro and he teaches him the circle of excellence, or the training circle. Don Diego tells Alejandro, "This circle will be your world, your whole life. Until I tell you otherwise, there is nothing outside of it." Now, once Alejandro controls the small circle around his body, he's then allowed to attempt greater and greater feats outside of it. But what Don Diego is really trying to say is this: we need to break our problems down into manageable goals. And it's counterproductive to tackle too much at once. And it's also really important to discover what is within your control and what isn't. And you know, you and I, together, we're going to do all of these things. But the first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a way so that you can step into your own confidence and step into your belief about yourself. Okay, so I'm going to start off by asking you some questions. Can you tell me those situations where you'd like to feel more confident? Now, because I'm not here directly in front of you, perhaps you'd like to write down some situations where you'd like to feel more confident. And then in particular, I'd like you to write down how you'd like to think, how you'd like to feel, and how you would like to respond and react in those situations. And when that's done, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to remember 3 times in the past when you felt confident. Now, confidence is subjective. So, for example, it could be a time that you achieved something. Maybe you learned a musical instrument, or you mastered riding a bike, you passed an exam, the time you got married or divorced, or the time you became a parent. These are just some random examples, but pick 3 times from your past when you experienced confidence. And I'd also like you to note down how it made you feel. And if you were here sitting with me right now, well, then I'd ask you to describe those experiences for me. And the next thing I want you to do is I want you to create some kind of a hand gesture that represents confidence for you. Depending on the kind of confidence and the kind of situations that you want to be more confident in, you might do a fist pump. You might do something more subtle, like make a small circle with your thumb and index finger. You might decide to just look at your watch if it's appropriate, or play with your ring, or maybe tap an energy point on your body that means something to you. Now, in hypnotherapy and in NLP, we call these things anchors. And the purpose of an anchor is to help you to get back into a feeling, to bring that feeling back up. This will all make sense to you in a few moments. So let's say that your anchor is making a small circle with your thumb and index finger, just holding them together like that. Okay. So the next thing then I'm going to ask you to do is I'd like you to stand up, because we're going to do the circle of excellence technique. Okay, so you're standing up now here with me, and what I want you to do is I want you to think of the next time that you want to feel confident, the next time that you want to feel that you can step into your power and bring up those feelings of confidence, like the feelings that you've had in the past. And what I want you to do now is I want you to just imagine that you are drawing a circle on the floor around your body. Really simple. Imagine that you're drawing a circle. Now, if it's appropriate to do so, and maybe you're working with a young adult or you're working with a child, if you're trained to work with children and young adults, you might want to get them to imagine that they're drawing Zorro's sword out of its sheath and that they are making the circle around their body, like so. If it's a really young person that you're working with, perhaps it could be a magic wand or something like that. Or maybe you're working with a seasoned professional golfer or an amateur who's looking to bring down their handicap from double digits down to single digits. In that case, you might be working out on the putting green, for example. Or you might be in your therapy practice, it doesn't matter. You could get them to imagine that they're either taking their one of their golf clubs out of their golf bag, and to imagine that they're drawing a circle around their body with their favorite putter, for example, or their favorite driver. And then what you want to do is ask your client to step outside of that circle. Okay? So now that you've stepped outside of the circle of excellence, what I want you to do is I want you to bring to mind the first of those 3 times in the past when you felt a feeling of confidence. I want you to remember it fully. Close your eyes and I want you to see what you saw then. I want you to hear what you heard. And I want you to feel what you felt, so that those old good feelings of confidence come back into your body again. And as you bring those feelings of confidence up, I want you to make that anchor with your hand, whatever it is. And as those feelings come up, I want you to step into the circle of excellence and allow those feelings of confidence to become even stronger still. Really feel that sensation of confidence. Make that anchor, feel it throughout your body, and now step outside of the circle again and just kind of shake it all out. Now remember the second time that you've described to me when you have felt confident in the past. Once again, close your eyes and bring yourself back into that feeling. I want you to remember what happened. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt until those good feelings of confidence come right back into your body again. Make your anchor, and as those feelings rise, step back into the circle of excellence, and now feel and experience it fully. Claim it, because that experience is yours. It's from your history, it's from your past. This is part of who you are. And when you're ready, step out of the circle again. So bring to mind the third time that you remember feeling confident. Again, close your eyes and remember it fully. See what you saw. Hear what you heard and feel what you felt back then until those old good feelings start coming up through your body again. Make that circle your anchor, step back into the circle of excellence and feel it fully. And claim it because it is yours. In positive psychology, we call this doubling up. It's where we reminisce, it's where we bring back the sparkle of good feelings, and when we bring those feelings up again, it feels like they're happening all over again. But what we're doing here is really important. So step out of the circle again, because what we're doing is your brain is learning right now how to connect a movement, your anchor, with a step, and at the same time bringing up feelings of confidence. Okay, so stepping outside of your circle, what I want you to do now is I want you to think about that situation in the future where you want to experience confidence. Now you know what that situation is. And I want you to think to yourself exactly how you want to experience confidence when you step forward into that situation. So think to yourself, how do you want to feel? Close your eyes, it helps. There's less distractions when your eyes are closed. Close your eyes and think to yourself how you want to feel, how you want to sound, and how you want to look. And really bring up that feeling of how you want to think, how you want to feel, how you want to sound, how you want to look. And remember those feelings of confidence that are yours, those feelings of confidence you've got from the past. When you're ready, make your anchor, and I want you to imagine yourself stepping into that future situation with all the confidence that you need. And when you're ready, step into that circle of confidence and experience it fully. And step out of the circle again. Now what I want you to do is, in your creative mind, I want you to imagine that place in the future where you want to go. Imagine that place where you want to step into your power, where you want to step into your confidence. Imagine that the circle of excellence is around it, drawn invisibly, but it's there. So let's say, for example, that you are a golfer. And for you, a time of great anxiety is when you're on the putting green and you're standing over a ball and it's only a short putt, but you really feel that sense of anxiety in your body. Well, then in this case, you'll go forward in your mind and you'll see the putting green and you'll imagine the circle of excellence all around the putting green. So as you approach the putting green and as you take your putter from your bag, I want you to imagine that as you step onto the putting green, that you're stepping into that circle of excellence, you're stepping into your power, you're stepping into your confidence, so that as you get ready to take the shot, you really are in the place where you're supposed to be, fully grounded, fully present, and in the moment. Now, this is just one part of this confidence building app for your brain that we are doing here today. And the rest of it is actually in your notes. So take a look at all the other interventions that follow through with it, and I'll describe them for you in a moment. Okay, so you'll already know from our previous PowerPoint presentation that Don Diego shows Alejandro that good intentions are not enough, that he also needs proper skills if he is to do what he wants to do. And today, the Circle of Excellence has been your first step towards building more confidence and raising your level of self-esteem to meet those challenges that you have to face head on. And of course, when you use this technique with your own clients, well then it'll be their first step forwards too. So again, referencing the PowerPoint presentation earlier on, today, this is the start of the process to help you master your emotions, to value yourself more fully, to take ownership of your fate, and to develop unshakable, authentic confidence in your ability to achieve your goals. But as you already know, there's more to it than just the Circle of Excellence, because it's also about knowing how to break your problem down into manageable goals. It's about remembering that it's counterproductive to tackle too much at once. And it's also important to discover what is within your control and what isn't. So go across to your manual, your Word document, and take a look, because in there are 9 more positive psychology interventions that you can do to achieve these 3 things for yourself, but also that you can give these interventions to your clients so that they can break their problems down, so that they can chunk it down and only do as much as they need to do to experience that sparkle of good feeling, to know that they're moving forward, and to have the energy and the motivation they need to take the next step. And also, most importantly of all, learning and discovering what is within their control and what isn't, and being able to drop and let go of those things that they can't control. It's all waiting for you in the manual, so enjoy.